Overpaying for anything sucks, especially socks, so why pay $45 for a single pair of grip socks when you can spend less than half? Pure Grip Socks Pro feature our best materials for optimal fit, moisture wicking, and performance at a fair price, just $16.99 a pair at puregripsocks.com.
I can't tell you how many times I've been asked why I rarely comment on durability when reviewing any given pair of football boots. And I guess to make a long story short, there are quite literally hundreds of different variables that go into how a football boot is going to wear. And when it comes to predicting how and when they're going to break, it is nearly impossible to predict. Also, one singular experience, whether it's mine or someone else's, is not a reflection of how every single pair of that very football boot is going to wear. In other words, if mine break in a certain way after a certain amount of time, that doesn't necessarily mean that yours are going to break the same way in the same amount of time. Luckily, we live in an age of social media, so if there is legitimately a durability issue with any given model of football boots, it is very likely that you're going to see pictures and videos of a bunch of broken pairs posted online. With all that said, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 picks for the most durable football boots currently available in 2022. And the reason why it's only a top 3 and not a top 5 or top 10 is because initially I wanted to make this a top 5, but I kind of could only convince myself that these 3 boots in particular were definitely the most durable. Everything else just kind of fell a little bit behind, so I chose not to include them. And that's not to say that I think that any boot that is not on this list isn't durable, I just don't think they're as durable as the 3 that I've picked. All of which, by the way, you can get below their normal retail prices by way of some exclusive SR4U coupon codes via the links down in the description. If you guys do end up enjoying the video and perhaps want to see one of these for what I think are the least durable football boots, don't forget to support this one with a like, and make sure you subscribe to the channel along with hitting that little bell notification so you get notified when my next new review goes live. With that said, in no particular order, here are what I believe to be the 3 most durable boots currently available. If you've seen any of my reviews, you know that I am definitely not the biggest fan of the Predator Edge, but when it comes to either the Edge Plus, which is the laceless model, or the mid-cut or low-cut variation of the laced Edge Point 1, when it comes to overall durability, this is a football boot that I would bank on lasting quite a long time. And just because I know some people will point it out, there is an example of Jude Bellingham having a pair of his blowout in a match. He got stepped on and the upper basically ripped all the way across. I really view that as one of those kind of fluky situations because I've yet to see another broken pair of Predator Edges so far. And honestly, the firm feel of this upper, which is kind of my main criticism in terms of where I think it's lacking compared to other top-end football boots, is part of the reason why I think it's one of the most durable options out there. It's rugged, the connection between the sole plate and upper is super solid, and in general, it's just one of those football boots that feels a little bit more heavy duty than most of the more mainstream options out there. Now this pick might be a little surprising, but I truthfully believe that the Nike Mercurial Vapor 14 or Superfly 6 Elite, if you prefer the mid-cut variation, are probably the most durable options that you have in the speed boot category. Typically football boots that are super light and super thin, which is exactly the description that you would give to something like a Mercurial, aren't very durable. However, this Vaporposit material that does trend on the plasticky side of things compared to what we've seen from the Mercurial series over the last several years tends to be a pretty good recipe for a durable pair of football boots where I've very rarely seen any broken pairs. Sole separation is unlikely. The upper does not tear through despite the fact that it doesn't really offer much in the way of protection. And from a performance standpoint, it's pretty much everything you would want from a pair of speed boots. It also helps that this is one of the most popular football boots on the market, if not the most popular top-end model out there right now. And the fact that there aren't pictures of broken pairs all over the internet, I think just goes to show how well made and how durable this boot actually is. Anyone that watches my channel or perhaps listens to the Boot Nerds podcast, then you know that myself as well as J Mike from Unisport rave about the quality of made in Japan Mizuno products, and from a durability standpoint, you really can't go wrong with any of them. With that said, as much as I like the Neo 3 Beta and the Nebula Cup is a solid option as well, I really think that if you're after the most durable option from Mizuno, it would be the made in Japan Mizuno Morelia II. It's one of those football boots that's so simple, which means that there is far less that can go wrong with them, but the quality of the kangaroo leather upper is phenomenal, not just from a comfort and feel standpoint, but also from a durability perspective, and the connection between the sole plate and the upper is super strong, getting those old school rivets, 3 in the heel, 3 at the tip of the toe, which is just so rare to see in football boots these days. You talk about the price tag of made in Japan Mizuno products, they are very expensive. These ones in particular retailing for $280, but you truly do get what you pay for, not just in terms of the quality of materials used, but legitimately, these are football boots that are put together, that are literally constructed better than any other brand out there. The craftsmanship is top notch, and that tends to result in a more durable overall product.